Hello lovely butterflies, welcome to this channel on Monday, week 176. Welcome back to my channel where it's all about connecting you with your creative enthusiasm. Today I'm going to try to boost your mojo with a new General Monday art journal spread. I'm starting with the squid stamp of my Creepers and Crawlers stamp set, just stamping it with archival ink, because this will be the base of my spread. I'm using one of the Butterfly Whispers die cuts, which matches the stamp. Pretty easy, I don't have to fuss around cutting things. And to stick it in place, I'm using this tape, which is removable tape. I don't have any removable glue dots, otherwise I would be using those. I'm using what I have and it works just fine. I'm going to use the die cut as a mask, and I had something on my spread which I thought was harmless and it seemed to be pigmented. For the first layer, I'm going in with modeling paste and I'm using a brayer. You've seen me do this before. I really like the texture that it gives me on the paper. It's texture without actually being there. I left it to dry for quite some time before going in with my Neo colors. This is a combo that I really like, going with the Neo colors over the brayer applied modeling paste. It really gives me something that I like to work with. And I'm combining colors that I know will blend nicely together once I start going in with water. I have missed working with my circle stencil lately, so I'm indulging and going in with my circle stencil and just using some white chalky finish acrylic paint, applying it to form circles using the color that I have in the background because it will slightly contaminate my chalky finish color. I want to add some more white accents, so I'm going back in with white chalky finish, again using my brayer and applying it on top of the whole page. I'm very quickly heat setting the white paint before I go in with a baby white because now I can start playing around with that color that I have in the background. The white chalky finish will stay in place partially and then partially also blend into the rest of the color. Because I didn't heat set it long enough for it to be completely resistant. And because I did work with neocolors, which are water reactive, they will now blend and soften down so that I will really have the circles suddenly pop up and have a shade of color in the background. Of course, I need to add my little numbers. I picked one of my 3 sets and just stamp it with archival ink on one side of the circles. I want to accentuate one side of the circles with my white Posca pen. And it seemed harder than I thought it would be because I did have a lot of texture from the modeling paste. It might not really show, but it's really there. And my Posca pen was having a hard time with it. Adding splatters with a Posca pen is also something that I started to do a lot lately because I really love how the splatters look. They have this matte yet very intense finish, and I really love that. Although I didn't really know how the spread would come about or what colors, combos I would be using, I did know what kind of journaling I wanted to add and exactly where I wanted to add it. I wanted to have it go alongside the squid. That's why I was feeling with my finger how the texture was there, what kind of pen that I could use to journal all the way around there. And well, I have some circles, and you know how I like to add some loose doodling around those, and this will also counterbalance the black from the squid. At this point, I felt like adding some more words to it, so I just used one of the circles to go around it and adding the journaling that I really felt needed to be on this spread. I picked one of my Butterfly Whispers Mixed Media stickers, which says acceptance, because that's what this spread is all about, and then adding some color to it to tone down the white. For me, the spread needed a little heart, and I didn't have any anymore, so I'm mixing up primary magenta with Quin Gold fluid acrylic from Deco Art and applying it in 2 layers over watercolor paper so that I can, once it's dry, draw some hearts on it and then trim them to use them on my spreads. The little heart that I like to draw is one inspired by Daniel Torrent, who designed stamps for Stampatique, because I really like, well, the kind of little hearts that he uses in his designs. I always have a hard time to draw it small enough from the first time, so, well, instead of fussing about, I just draw several, go smaller and smaller and smaller until I have the size that I need, and I will use those bigger ones on other spreads. I'm giving my little heart some shading because I know that I will also be adding some more white using a charcoal pencil and a blending stump, and I'm also adding some shading around the word, which I will leave gray just to make it stand out a bit more from the spread. At this point, I decided to add some sewing at the top and at the bottom of the spread, just to give my squid a little hold on to the paper. I'm leaving the thread to stick out at the top and at the bottom of my journal. I'm just placing little knots to make sure that everything will stay in place no matter how much I manipulate my journal. Shading around the little heart was just a little bit too intense, so using a kneadable eraser, I'm lifting a little bit of that charcoal. And then using triple thick, I'm going to give my little heart a bit of dimension so that it really stands out, because it's so tiny on the spread. It's hardly visible actually. The thing about triple thick is that you apply it and then you leave it be. Because the sewing was so black, I wanted to add some black splatters as well. And like I said, I really like the look of splatters done with a Posca pen. So I just did the same thing with the black Posca pen. The black accents on my spread are so black that my squid needs some help to stand out. So I'm going around with a black Unipin pen, very lightly, just tracing some of the lines to help it stand out. Like I said, I wanted to add some white around the little heart to help it stand out, but did I also mention that the thing with triple thick is that you apply it and then you leave it be so that it can dry? This is exactly what I meant. That's it for today's spread. I hope you liked it. If so, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell to receive notifications for new videos. Meanwhile, don't forget to put down a layer a day. Butterfly kisses.